Hi, how are you today? We come to the final supporting principle, which is that profits count. They are hugely important to all firms. It's obvious why this is so. If a firm is not profitable, it really has no future. And to support the philosophy of this chapter, I want to make the statement that it's the strategy that drives the financials and not the financials that drive the strategy. What that means is that if your firm gets its strategy absolutely correct, the financials will shake into place. But that may not happen the other way around. So it's crucial to get the strategy right. And in terms of strategic analysis, I think there's really two major approaches. The first is the SWOT approach, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And the second approach, which is the one which is advocated in this book. When we look at the SWOT approach, typically this is the form it takes. The firm is analysed in terms of its strengths and in terms of its weaknesses. And then looking outside the firm, the environment is analysed in terms of the opportunities that are there and in terms of the threats that exist. More specifically, this is a SWOT analysis conducted by some of my MBA students, and you can see it's more or less the same as the previous slide. Now, although this is useful and interesting, it's not very precise, and I really think to get a good strategic grasp of any company, we need precision. And this precision, I would suggest to you, can come from a CAM analysis. Here is Company X, with which you should be familiar. The same figures are there for 2007 and 2008, and I have put comments in the final column, which shows the sort of things that should be done to really boost this company's performance. Let's look at these using words rather than just figures. The first thing I'd like to say is that the return on capital employed has gone from 50% to 48%, so we need some strategies to boost it. Looking at the CAM analysis, one of the big issues is relative product quality, and we need to change it from inferior to superior, and there are some means of doing it displayed there. Second thing is that relative market share has declined. This needs to be redressed, and two suggestions are the number one quality initiative plus promotion initiatives. There has been a decline in asset productivity. You can see the figures. No additional assets, and try to increase the efficiency. There's also been a decline in staff productivity, no additional staff, and increase the efficiency. And finally, this company has very many small customers. 140 account for 50% of the sales, and the average ticket item price, or the amount they spend, is 33,000. We need higher selectivity. We need a higher degree of customer concentration. So here we have the new strategy, which will be organic growth, real 10% per annum, plus differentiation based on strategy. And based on the strategy of improving the quality. We can take away the table, and here we have it really in a much more user-friendly fashion. Let me give you the starting point that I would have for all analyses. What is the firm's return on capital today? In the last 3 years, how has return on capital moved? What has caused this movement? Use CAM to guide you. What should the return on capital be? How ought it to move in the next 3 years? Once again, use CAM to guide you. What strategies are likely to achieve this? Get some inspiration from the work of Ansoff and the work of Michael Porter. As usual, almost everything in terms of hardware, software and music is from Apple. it just remains for me to thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it stimulates you to listen to some more. Goodbye, and thank you.